Which cruise line is the best cruise line? I get asked that question a lot, and sometimes it's best to keep the discussion inside the family. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about two cruise lines inside the Carnival Corporation. Carnival Cruise Line, one of the most popular cruise lines in the world, and Princess Cruise Lines. Princess Cruise Lines, made famous by the Love Boat. And very fortunate that I'm going to be assisted in this conversation today by someone who started cruising on Princess 19 years ago. Platinum on Princess, platinum on Carnival. He's also somewhat of a cruise ship gambler. Interesting conversation coming your way. Let's talk about which cruise line is best, Princess or Carnival, with Mike, the Naughty Cruiser. So you mentioned earlier that you have high status, loyalty status with both Princess and Carnival. Knowing both of those cruise lines, and I've seen you on both of those cruise lines, what do you think what's the big difference between Princess and Carnival, and what are maybe some similarities?
So I think the difference, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this. I think the difference is the service, right? So Princess versus Carnival. Princess, your quality of service is here. The expectation and the quality of service is like ranks above everything. Here's a perfect example, right? So you do formal night on Carnival. You do lobster night. You order a lobster tail. The lobster tail comes to your table on a plate. Nice presentation. What do? You got to take the lobster tail out of the shell yourself, right? Well, on Princess, they bring that lobster the same way, present it the same way in front of you, and before you can even pick up your fork to take it out of the shell, somebody's already removing it from the shell for you. So it's a different quality of service. Now, they're both great. I love cruising on them both. I have great experiences on both lines. I have nothing bad to say about either line. I just think that I tell people, go on Princess, you're treated like a princess. That's kind of how you feel with certain things, right? You go on Princess, you get treated like a princess. It's not the same across the board with Carnival.
What do you think if Carnival bills itself as the fun ship? Is Carnival a lot funner than Princess? Is Princess not a fun ship, or how do you think the vibe stacks up when it comes to fun?
So the vibe's completely different when it comes to fun across both lines, right? So Carnival, I tell a lot of people when they ask me, like, what's the difference, your main difference between Carnival and Princess? Carnival is always a party. Princess, you have to find the party. So anywhere you go on a Carnival ship, you're going to find live music, you're going to find live entertainment, you're going to find everybody having a good time. You can get that on Princess, you just have to find that on Princess. It's not every music venue has an artist playing or every, theater has a show going on. You still get that great party vibe. You just have to find it in at certain times of day. So like I said earlier, a lot of people go, well, Princess is a lot of older folks. It's not a lot of older folks, but for me, I'm not old. I'm 34. I enjoy Princess. I love going on Princess. I love the live entertainment and the music and the shows they have, the yes or no show. So they have some amazing stuff on there. It's just, it's not as in your face as it would be with Carnival, right? So when you walk out on the Lido with Carnival, you got the DJ up there blasting the music. Everybody's having a big party on the Lido. Well, on Princess, you'll go out on the Lido. They might just have, a violinist or a steel drum artist playing out there on the Lido. It's just not going to be as in your face as it would be with Carnival.
So if you have a buddy, if somebody's coming to you saying, hey, I can cruise on either Carnival or Princess, what questions would you ask them to try to determine which way to guide them?
Do you listen to a lot of music? Are you a party animal? Do you like to party and have a good time? Or are you wanting to just relax, enjoy yourself, find a nice music venue to sit down, have a good cup of coffee or a nice drink at? What is it you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for that party atmosphere, have a few drinks, get a little rowdy, go with Carnival. If you're looking for that, okay, well, I just had some nice pre-dinner cocktails, listen to some music, I enjoyed my dinner, now it's time for me to go up and watch movies under the stars and then call it a night, then I suggest going with Princess.
Okay, so if it was me and I came up to you and said, I like pizza, what are you going to put me on? You going to put me on Carnival or Princess?
I'm putting you on Princess.
Oh.
I love Carnival's pizza, and especially on the Jubilee with the two new pizzas they have to that ship. But there is something about Alfredo's pizza on Princess. I don't care who you are. That Alfredo's pizza with that prosciutto, it is out of this world.
The pizza is good at Alfredo's. Now, of course, they limit how much you can eat at Alfredo's now, but on Carnival, you could eat that pizza all the time. Another, let's stack the burgers up. So now Princess has their own hot dog and burger place, the Salty Dog, that's on the Lido. And of course, we know most Carnival cruise ships have Guy's Burgers. Which burger reigns supreme? If you're a burger person, if you're cruising just for the burgers, which cruise
If we're
line you going
talking
on?
just about the burgers itself and not the venue, I would go with Carnival. Now, if we're talking about the venue, I would side with Princess because you don't just get the burgers on Princess. You get the grilled chicken sandwich, or you can get the hot dog, you can get the burger. Carnival, you go to the burger, you only get a burger. Doesn't matter which
That's
way
right.
you cut it or what you put on it, you're only getting a burger. You can't get a grilled chicken sandwich, you can't get a grilled hot dog, you're just getting a burger.
It's the toughest debate for me. Like if we're just talking about included food, and if we might as well go to the creme de la creme on Carnival. If you're looking at one of the new XL cruise ships, you've got Shaq's Big Chicken, you've got the Blue Iguana, you've got Guy's Burgers, you've got Street Eats, you've got the deli, and on those ships you're still able to get one or two spots at Cucina del Capitano, and you can also get a free meal at Shebang. And so I think about all of those included food options, but on the Princess, you have that 24-hour international cafe. And I'm trying to figure out if all of those different options on Carnival actually knock out the international cafe. If you could choose, if those were your choices, I got international cafe or all of those Carnival choices. What do you think's better for somebody who loves food and availability to it?
See, here's the thing, right? So those options on Carnival are great. They're awesome options. Big Chicken's one of my favorites. The problem is the time that those options are open. So you look at Big Chicken, you can only get breakfast and then lunch up to like 4. And then it's closed the rest of the day. Street Eats is only open for 2-3 hours a day. Emerald's is only open for breakfast and then lunch or dinner. And it's not open every day. If you eliminate the amount of time that they're open, I 100% will give you Carnival over Princess there. Now, that international cafe is great. It's included. It's no upcharge, grab and go options. It's phenomenal. But if we're talking about Nona's meatballs here and some good pasta carbonara, I think I'm going to have to go with Carnival on that one.
I can definitely understand that. What do you think about when it comes to the way that they handle technology? I know you've used the medallion on Princess. There's no medallion on Carnival. Do you see the medallion on Princess? Do you find the value in that? Do you like that? Or do you feel like you can accomplish basically the same stuff with your ship card? Is that a big enough motivator to maybe have somebody try Princess opposed to Carnival?
I'm a big believer and lover in the medallion. I think every cruise ship or cruise line should have something similar to that. I like the fact that I don't have to pull a key out to get into my door. I don't always have to have a key. I like being able to walk up to the bar and they already know who I am and not have to present a key to get a drink or anything like that. So I love the medallion technology they have on Princess. I was hoping during the pandemic, quietly, not telling anybody, that Carnival was going to go that route, but they didn't. I love the medallion technology. It's fascinating for one. So, and depending on like certain things you're trying to do, Princess has this thing now where you can use medallion pay in certain ports. So certain shops within certain ports, you're able to use your medallion to purchase your souvenirs or things like that. So I think the medallion is great technology. I like how it comes to your house before you even get to the cruise ship, or you can opt to pick it up when you're at the ship. Eliminates a little bit of a headache, maybe not a lot of a headache, but I like how it's all across the whole fleet. It's as simple as everything else. It's kind of like the Disney wearables, right? So like when you go to a Disney theme park or whatever, you have the wearable wristband. It's just nicer to not have to constantly pull a card out or, oh, I forgot my card, things like that. So I'm a big fan of the medallion technology.
No, it is nice. I think it makes embarkation even quicker because you already have that. You're essentially checked in if you have that medallion and you're able to present it. So yeah, I would agree there. Another big differentiator in my mind of Carnival versus Princess is the role of the cruise director. Now, Princess really has stepped up. If you go to some of their game shows in the evening, the cruise director does do quite a bit in those venues to have interaction with the guest and to be a participant in the fun, as it were. But Carnival has, of course, their cruise directors have a whole different role, and it seems like they're in charge of everything that's customer facing. Where do you stand when it comes to cruise directors? Are you somebody that gravitates toward a certain cruise director? Does that make a big difference in your cruising experience? And if people do like to have like kind of a band leader or somebody who's the leader of the fun, would that sway you to recommend Carnival more so than a Princess?
I mean, I'm not a big cruise director follower, right? Like I have my few that I like. Lee Mason's a great cruise director. Kendall Fire's phenomenal. Her fiance Joey was great. I believe the cruise director does bring the party. I believe they bring the fun. They bring the hype. I think a good cruise director can make somebody's cruise. I think a bad cruise director can ruin somebody's cruise. It just really depends on what you're looking for as a cruiser, right? So like with me, at the end of the day, the cruise director is not a deal breaker for me. Do I want a cruise director that's going to put off a great love and marriage show? Absolutely. Because love and marriage, the banter between the cruise director and the guests that are on stage makes that show. If you get one that comes out there and be like, oh, so where's the most romantic place? I'm like, come on, you don't want to sit there and enjoy the show, right? So you want someone that's full of energy, full of fun, full of life. But I don't think a lot of new cruisers that are going on cruises for their first time should worry about the cruise director. What they need to worry about is the placement of their cabin, where it's going. Is it ports that they want to go to? Is it somewhere that they would see themselves going and enjoying themselves and spending time, right? So like when someone asks me like, where should I go? Where do you think you should go? Go somewhere that you know, okay, I'm going to have a good time here. I will definitely go back. And it's hard to figure that out before you go. But like me, if I'm going on a cruise to Cozumel, I don't have to get off the ship. I've been there 100 times. But if I'm going on a cruise to Grand Cayman, no matter how many times I've been there, I love the island. I want to get off the boat.
Absolutely. Final question in this Princess versus Carnival conversation. If somebody knocked on your door tomorrow with 2 envelopes and said, look, Mike, we got an all expense paid cruise for you, your wife, and your kids, and one's on, the whatever Princess ship you like the best, and the other one's on whatever Carnival ship you like the best, which envelope are you taking to take your family on a free cruise vacation?
Now we're including the kids, so this one I got to think a little bit more. I got to think a little bit more, right? I'm going Carnival.
Yeah. Which ship would you go on?
I'd say the Jubilee or the Celebration, one of the new XL class ships.
Nice. Well, that's a great way to wrap up the Carnival versus Princess conversation. But let's transition over into the Jubilee. I never felt so wrong
in my life.
Yeah. You're going to be getting some Princess people giving you the side eye for sure.
Yeah, right.
But no, I think the beautiful thing about cruising is, you can go on Princess once, and then you can go on Carnival, and it's like I've said before, it's like one of the only things you can cheat on your you can have some, you can play the field, that kind of thing. Yeah. You just came off the Carnival Jubilee. There you go. I may be even more conflicted than when I started this conversation. I do like both cruise lines, and they both have pros and cons. How about you? Which of these two are your favorite cruise lines? Which one is the best? Also, how about that Mike, the Naughty Cruiser? Make sure you go and check out his YouTube channel, The Naughty Cruiser. I'll leave that linked in the description below. And what's exciting is this conversation doesn't end here. We continue this conversation over at the La Lita Loca Cruise podcast channel. We talked another 50 minutes about a variety of things about the Carnival Jubilee. We talked about what it takes to get a free cruise by gambling. Make sure that you're subscribed over there so you get that episode when it comes out, or make sure you're following on your favorite audio podcast platform. Big thanks to Mike. Big thanks to you for checking in on the show today. Subscribe if you'd like more. Hit that like button. This is Tony for La Lita Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.